study. And listen, if you are human beings, and if we are human beings, we should study what goes on with human beings. We are part of this human race. And you've got to understand, there were governments once upon a time that used to force people to sterilize men and women so they will not have children. So that the governments, this is how the corrupted governments work. When you have less people, they got a less budget, and they put more money in their pockets. A smaller place to run with a smaller people, more money for the people who run in it. That's how it works. And that's the corruption of these politicians. Because they're crooked, and these governments are not able to run it. Not everybody, I just saying governments who cannot do it. They come up with this, and they support this, which is contrary to the Quran, the words of Allah, because the way they're supposed to go is take the population and the growth and learn how to manage the people. Because Allah has produced enough land, Allah has produced, listen, it will take many 8 billions of people to fill the land. You go in any country, you drive for miles and miles and acres and hundreds of acres and thousands of acres that are still vacant. Human beings are not living on it. That's what the government's supposed to do. Don't hoard the money, but invest it in these lands as we conclude, so more people live out in those areas, work the lands, produce the land, have more production, and the country grows bigger. Why do you think America is a little more successful than many other countries? Go study the maths. America has given growth and production to their different states and cities and towns, so cities will grow, towns will grow, people could expand, and you can have growth. Other countries, the cities do not have the ability to grow. The towns do not have the ability and the budget to grow. It's only the few government officials who make the decision if we're going to build a town in that area, so they take that billions and put it in their pocket. America has a little difference. America brings immigrants. America brings people. America gives the towns and the cities rights for their budget to expand. Those of you who came to Florida 30 years ago, beyond the 75 was jungle. Beyond University Drive right here was cattle and cow and sheep and goats. You guys remember that? 30 years ago. The city had the ability to produce and a budget to expand, and they expanded, and they grow the city and the towns. That's how America grows. They bring more people, they build more cities, more towns, and more places, and they grow. Other third world countries, they cramp it, they keep it, they push it in the pocket, and they send it to Dubai and Abu Dhabi in their bank accounts in London. And when they lose election, then you hear they had X amount of billions of dollars in, I almost said Bangladesh, sorry, in London, in some other country. That's what these politicians, well, I don't care whether it's Palestine, you check who was Gaddafi from Libya, Egypt leader, what was the Palestine leader guy name? Arafat? Check their history, how much money they had privately. People suffering, poor people suffering, check how much money they had privately. Whether it be Gaddafi, Muhammad from Egypt, I don't care who they were. You check what they did. They messed up the country and the people and then follow this corrupted way of saying no growth of population. Because when it comes in a small, condensed way, they put it in their pocket and the people